Yes.
We, when you were here a couple of years back, we had a workshop with you. One of the pieces of it that I liked was the soft focus, which you talked a little bit about earlier. Can you talk a little bit more about what soft focus is?
Yeah, soft focus is really the basis for, or one of the bases for viewpoints, which is Anne Bogart and Tina Landau came up with it based on this other woman's work, Mary Brown. And I'm so sorry, I don't know her name. Right now it's escaping me. But the concept about viewpoints is whatever it is that, once you define it, it exists. And I have to say, that phrase came out of that workshop for me. Someone said in that workshop, once you define it, it exists. And I have used that. And I don't remember who it was, but thank you so much. Everything, there are 9 viewpoints in that. But at the basis of all that is soft focus. And soft focus is what I asked you to do in that moment where I said, be silent and to pay attention to the silence and to know that everything is laid upon that. Soft focus is the idea of, if I am looking at you in hard focus, I am not paying attention to anything else that's going on. But if I'm looking at you and then there's this peripheral vision that goes on as well, I am taking that in. We are in soft focus when we go to a foreign country. We are in soft focus when we go to another city. We are in soft focus when we're going through a dangerous neighborhood. We are constantly aware of everything that is going on. Well, let me tell you, that's the default. Hard focus is not the default. Hard focus is hard. But when I am moving or walking, or today I was at LAX and I've got my headphones on and I'm watching everybody in the gates walking around, and I am in soft focus. And baby, when you are in soft focus, life is a theatrical experience, you know, to be able to do that. And the viewpoints are wonderful viewpoints. The 9 viewpoints are wonderful. And when you're in soft focus, you're really being able to pay attention to all that stuff. But I can't say enough about present. But it's the idea of presence, of being in the moment, of being aware of the moment.
So like hard focus would be your brain, and soft focus would be...
Hard focus would be, my ego needs to put me in this place. Soft focus is saying, I am of this one. I am a oneness with all of these things. And whatever it is that I do, I'm inspired by and inspiring all that is around me. And again, I don't mean to make it sound like I'm elevated off the earth, because I really get pissed off a lot too, and get angry. But the thing is that the moment that I do that, I'm aware of that, and then I'm aware of all the connections that I have with all that are around me. Does that make sense?
Yes.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yes.
What's the best way to get in character and not get distracted?
The best way to get into character is to realize that you're in character. And I hate to say this, right now, I'm looking at me right now, in this shape right now, I'm accepting, when I say shape, what I mean is, I don't mean just shape, but I mean the way that I'm sitting right now, this is my character. And my character follows through on this. I love the way I'm sitting right now. I think this is an awesome character. And I'm not being flippant, I'm being honest. So I get to be in this character right now. So that when I move based upon this character. I am aware of this character. Am I making sense there?
Yeah.
Right? So right now, if I'm going to move in this character that I'm in the scene, I'm going to move as that character would move from this position here, which would be this. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
So I need to be mindful of what I'm doing and to know that when I'm sitting here like this, if Alan should just enter the room, enter the scene, and I'm sitting like this, whatever it is that he tells me I am, that's what I am. And I accept it. Because if Alan entered the room and he said something to me and I'm sitting like this and suddenly I go, what? I've just screwed him over. Because he wasn't in response to this guy. He was in response to this guy. Did that answer the question?
Yeah.
Yeah. So it's all about presence. It's all about whatever it is that you bring to stage. Hold on to your shit. Hold on to your shit. And then the question is, when do you let go of your shit? When it's time to let go of your shit. And then people say, when is it time to let go of your shit? And then I say, when is it time for you to tell your girlfriend that you love her for the first time? Or you tell your boyfriend that you love him for the first time? Is it you go, oh, well, we've been together for 14 hours. Or I'm weighing 9 stones. When we met, I was weighing 8 stones. You tell that person that you love them when you tell that person that, when you're compelled to tell them that you love them. I change when you make me change. When you make me change. I don't change based upon anything other than that. If I change and you don't make me change, it's a non sequitur. It doesn't fit in sequence. Else? Anybody else?
We're in
But-
shock.
What was that?
We're in shock.
We're in shock.
Stunned by
Good,
it.
good.
To follow up with that, sorry, my second
Go,
question.
go, go.
So, as practically, if you feel that you're being endowed with something that you didn't have to start with, and maybe it's in conflict with what you already had, and say you started in that posture, but you feel that you've been endowed with something that's really not compatible, how do you resolve that, and where do you break? I mean, practically speaking.
There's nothing incompatible. I know that that's hard. It's hard. But if I'm sitting here and somebody says, oh, the clown's here, in my mind I'm going, how the fuck did you get a clown? And now I'm thinking, oh, that's a genius move. You know, I'm Stoic the clown. You know what I mean? I accept whatever it is that you give me. And the joy is, and I know it's hard, but the joy is to know that there are no, if somebody is trying to fuck me over, I love it. Because all that I do is I can sense right away you're trying to fuck me over. And I'm going to take everything that you say seriously. Does that make sense? Do you understand what I mean? Like if you go, oh, you know, whatever it is that you want to say, I'm going to bend in the wind. I'm going to be bamboo. I'm going to bend in the wind. I was in Japan, where I was walking through Japan. I was in Kyoto, and there's a bamboo forest there. And it's just one of the most amazing places on the planet because you see these huge bamboo trees just going like this and then banging into each other, going boosh, boosh, boosh. And I was watching it and thinking about it now. I'm like, you know, it's just so, you just bend. You gotta bend. But I'm not gonna let my ego, and it's also this idea, it's like, all right, you're a dickhead. And I'm going to be whatever it is that you need me to be right now, and I will never play with you again. And I've done that too. And I go, we're done, we're over, I'm done. Because the only mistake you make in improvisation is casting. That's it. That's it. You know, because I got no script, I got no costume, I got no set, I got no props. I just got you. And if you're gonna be a dickhead, then we'll play together once, and there are people that I don't play with anymore. Because I'm not going to live my life trying to keep propelling your ego. Because chances are if somebody's doing that, they're fucking over. Do you agree with that?
I think so. I think your answer to be just find the way that they know. You know?
You don't have to find the way. The way is there. Just say yes.
Yeah.
If somebody calls, you know, if you enter a scene and somebody calls you an asshole, fuck, you're an asshole. I'm great. I'd rather be an asshole than anything else. I just played Henry Potter in It's a Wonderful Life in the Gallows of Modesto. Oh my God, you once called me a one frustrated old man. And then like, I got to play that. It's like, God, I'll take that any minute. Fuck George Bailey. What a pussy. What's that? You know what I mean? So I'll be a dickhead. You make me a dickhead, I'm going to accept it because I'm not going to fight with you. Another way to see if you're an actor or an improviser is what's in your tool chest. You know, most improvisers just have a hammer. You know, not every scene is about anger. That's not to say that every scene can't have anger. Anger is part of it. But for me, my favorite tool is I got this pair of baby blue handled needle nose pliers. That's a fucking beautiful tool. Got it at a 99-cent store, but I use it all the time. It's so pretty. And I get excited going, oh, I can use the needle nose. There's another hand up. Did you have a-
Do you, like, to tell your students to add things to their tool chest or whatever, do you ever have assignments for them to get more like outside of improv? Like, no?
No, what I will do is I'll ask them to see a play. I used to ask them to see a play that they've never seen, or to go see a play, but I don't do that anymore. Really, my focus these days is please be present, just be present, and you're going to realize that everything that you need, you have already. I'm spending $100 a month on cable, and I don't ever watch it, ever watch it. My friends are on TV, and it's like I don't ever watch them. My friend Ian Gomez is on this show called Cougar Town, and every time I see him, I'm hoping he's not going to say, "Did you see my episode?" He's not going to say that because he knows I don't. For for me, all that I'm saying is, are you present? And anybody that walks out of my class is going to walk out with an idea, it's going to walk out exposed to a presentness. And you guys are going to walk out exposed to a presentness. And it's not that I came up with these ideas, I'm just kind of going, I'm a hallway, you know, that leads to you just being more present and mindful. Do you realize that you're doing that with your foot? You know what I mean? And that's okay. You've got this gesture, and you're in a repetition of this gesture, and you're doing it. You stopped it now. Now you're laughing, and now your head's nodding up and down. And I'm not trying to make an example of you, other than are you aware of that? And it's really, really fun to sit somewhere and to sit somewhere and go, I like the way I'm sitting. You know what I mean? I like the way I'm sitting. Right now, I'm fucking crazy about the way I'm sitting. I love my shoes. I think my pants are nice. I like my socks. I got them, you know, not too long ago. I love the shirt, but I got a mustache. I didn't have a mustache until a few weeks ago. Right? I don't need to add anything other than please be mindful. Right?
I don't think we're going to wrap it up there.
One last question really quick, please. Elgin.
Yes.
Just real quick, I was just wondering, can you like,
Lose the word like and I'll answer the question.
can you like use
Lose the word like.
improvise and music? Do they go together?
Oh my God,
Improvisation and
improv and
music.
music is the same thing. It's all the same thing. I just did a show called Mayfly last week where they had, oh man, there were 5 of us and they took a theater like this and they just moved the chairs instead of facing like this, they were facing like this, and we got this long hallway. And they had a cello, a stand-up bass, classical guitar, excuse me, and classical guitar, and a steel string guitar. And we just improvised through the music. We were playing with them, they were playing with us. There were songs that were done, but it's all about opening yourself up to it. And when you come into an improvised song, it's so funny that you should ask that because whatever. When you come in, when you're improvising with music, the last thing you need to do is rhyme. All that you've got to do, you don't need to rhyme, you don't need to sing, you just need to open up your mouth and see what the hell comes out. Because I guarantee you, the moment that you let your ego go, you are going to surprise the shit out of yourself. Because you are going to be constantly in movement. And I remember the moment that, the first time I was at University of Illinois and I saw a big band. And I remember they played Duke Ellington's Sophisticated Lady. And it turned me on, because I was always in folk music before that, it turned me on to jazz, and I was weeping at the beauty of jazz. And then from there, I went to Miles Davis, and then I went to Thelonious Monk, and I went to Russell Roland Kirk, and all these things. I'm thinking, okay, so, give me a second here. So you have my favorite thing. Okay, so you have that, and that's the theme. And it's like you're getting suggestion from the audience, right? In that moment, that's your theme. And then what do? You fucking deconstruct the shit out of it. You take it apart, and every once in a while you're in the scene, you go dun 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 dun, and then you go back to whatever it is you're going to do. Going, the song's still going on, man. It's still there. It's still present. It's still part of our inventory. But you've got to know that music that you're playing, keep playing the fucking music. Keep playing it. So you want to talk about tool chest. You know, listen to Ethiopiques is this great Ethiopian music. I just heard Fela Kuti, open and close. If you haven't heard any Fela Kuti, man, oh, that's crazy shit. And he's great. Anybody? Fela Kuti? Anybody? Come on. Isn't he great? And it's going to keep you going. Fela Kuti, open and close. It's a great album. It was featured in The Visitor. Anybody see the movie The Visitor? Really great movie. Nominated for the Academy Award last year or before. Great. Did I answer? I go long because I drink coffee.
Yes, thank you. Yes, you answered the question.
Yeah, man. Good. Great. Is that, yes, one
I
more.
just want to know when your open sessions are that we're invited.
I have an open, I have a drop-in class in LA, in Hollywood, and it's Thursdays 4 to 7, and it's all on my website, davidrazowsky.com, where you'll also see pictures of Colbert and me kissing, if you're interested in that, or Duke kisses Colbert. I think I put, no, I didn't but those classes, and it's $30 a drop-in class, And usually there's hardly anybody there. It's really it's a lost leader.
There's still space in the ones that didn't hear.
Yes,
Yeah,
there's space
yeah.
in the workshops that I'm doing tomorrow and Sunday.
The town is driving me crazy.
Yeah. But, you know, I mean, hopefully I'll be back. But the things that we're working on now, we're going to definitely get into tomorrow. We're going to get them into tomorrow, and all that any of this work is, y'all, is it's just about you being present. And I give you permission to do it, and I invite you tomorrow and Sunday to come and just be. And the other day I said to a student, just be, and he just stopped. I'm like, you're not being, you're stopping. Just be. And I think people don't know what just being is. And it's sort of like when you first start acting, and you're on stage, and suddenly you're going, what do I do with these? what's a hand look like? What am I doing with my hand? It's like you're just your hand, it's your hand. Just be. So yeah, Thursdays 4 to 7, and I go out of town a lot, so I'm encouraging people to. I always encourage people to check the website, or there's a on Facebook Razowsky Teaches. It's called Razowsky Teaches, and that will keep you there too. And I have an intimate group of 2,700 friends, so I invite you to come join my friend club. And when it's your birthday, I might send you a visit. Happy birthday. Might.
Thank you very much.
Oh my God.